Hey fam, welcome to another Wednesday session with us. So grab your mugs and let's have another episode of Coffee Break. And by the way, my name is Shai and I would like to invite all of you to please share this video because we have an interesting topic and we would love for you to interact with it. So, go crazy down in the comments. And of course, kung may discussion, mahirap naman pag wala kang kachika, diba? So let's bring in DJs Chloe and DJ Nick. Hi! Hello!
Hey everybody! Hi Shai!
Hi! Nick, you're looking so good, boy.
Nick, hi, Shai.
Hi, Chloe. May date ka ba, Nick?
Ha? Virtual?
May date ka ba? Casual lang?
Virtual naman yung gabi.
Ay, yan ang sinasabi ko eh. Alam mo, napansin ko si Nick, di na siya makwento recently about his love life. Siguro kasi meron na. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah, parang wala lang. Chill lang.
Yung GTKY, getting to know each other, gano'n.
Sabi nila daw.
Ano na?
Sabi nila love in private.
Oo. Tama. Pero
so that if something happens, you can rebuild in private also.
Ay, oo. Tama yan. So, scandal or anything else will be in private. Pero Nick, give us a hint naman kahit paano. Like, matangkad ba siya sa'yo? Mas maliit siya sa'yo?
Kailangan height, Shai.
Again, height is just a number.
That's not true though. But okay, sige.
Okay, fine. Sige, ilang taon? Older, younger than you? Malay ka. Younger
Sabi
naman. Factor ba sa'yo ang age? Gusto ko yung grinil ko si Nick dito sa coffee break.
Yeah, it depends. I would usually go for someone a bit older, pero same range. Parang +2, -2.
Okay. Yun. I wanted to ask that one actually. Like, what is your yung preference lang naman, not exactly kailangan na ganun. Like, so para sa Nick, your preference is +-2 lang.
Yes.
Contemporaries, parang ganun.
Oo. How about you, Chloe? Like, meron ka bang he has to be at least or at most ganon?
Yoko naman ng sobrang tanda. Yoko naman ng sobrang bata. Parang ganyan din, Nick, contemporaries lang.
+-2.
Kung mabibigyan ka ng sobrang wag lang sobrang bata. Ayoko talaga ng sobrang bata.
I see.
Alagaan ko pa yan.
Same. The thing is, I mean, this is psychology, and I'm just quoting the psychology I learned from college from my teacher. Sabi nila that women really mature faster than men. That's why if you get a guy that's around your age, for girls, if you get a guy that's around your age, you're most likely to be practically dating someone younger than you na daw. Parang ganun. But I'm sure naman, it doesn't apply to everyone. So there are still some guys who are quite more mature despite being young, and the other way around. Other girls could be so immature despite being so much older already, etc., etc. So,
true.
On that note, since we're already talking about, kasi naman si Nick, gusto ko talaga pag-usapan yung love life ni Nick, pero sige, tapos na lang tayo. So,
ayaw magkwento eh.
Does age really matter? Like, for you, Chloe, does age really matter to you?
Not really. Yun nga, sabi ko, basta wag lang sobrang bata.
Okay.
So, ano ba yun? Does it matter to me?
It kind of does.
Yeah, I think so. Pero meron ng sobrang may edad na, pero hindi naman nag-mature.
Ito na lang. What was the biggest age gap you've dated?
Ako maalala.
Gusto ko ngitin ni Nick.
7 years.
7 years was he older than you?
7 years younger and probably like 8 years older sa akin.
Gusto ko yung 7 years younger. By the way, guys, dating around with different ages is fine, but if
Five
you're both mature of legal age pala, sorry. Okay, anyway, Chloe, going back.
5 years younger. Tapos yung medyo mas my age is like 8 years older.
Oh, okay. Eh, ikaw, Nick?
4 years younger. 20 years older.
Oh my, no way. You're pulling our leg.
I was in my early 20s. I was in my early 20s. I just went back to Manila.
Okay.
So it happened. Like, basta yun. I felt like I needed someone to take care of me. But that was a date. Like we didn't.
It wasn't anything crazy serious or whatever.
It was interesting. I learned a lot. I really learned a lot from that.
Question ako.
Go.
Yung mga lalaki ba, like, yung mga younger men, talaga bang dumarating kayo sa point na mas gusto niyo yung mga mature women?
Okay, honestly, this would kill my chance of like dating really if I reveal it. But yes, ang sarap kasi din magpaalaga. I guess lalo kapag nasa point ka pa na parang you don't know what to do in life and parang you're just trying to balance things out. It's good to grow with somebody. Pero syempre gusto mo yung parang mai-inspire ka din. So,
May life experience kasi.
Right, exactly. So at the time, I was really like trying to work on my finances. Di parang na-visualize.
Sandali, ginawa mo itong sugar mommy mo.
Pero hindi naman gano'n. Like, ang weird lang kasi, pero
I don't believe Nick would be that kind of person. Hindi naman.
But ang dami ko rin talagang gifts na na-receive noon. Kasi nga, wala yun na age difference. Like, stable na eh. So it was a good time.
That's a record. I'm surprised actually. I didn't know that from you na 20 years older. No judgment though, syempre ha. Pero nagulat lang ako na I didn't expect from your type. I don't know. The thing is, nag-assume rin siguro ako ng type ko
because
rin.
she looks really young. Like, she looks like she's in her early 30s. Kanya. But 40s na siya. 40s.
Taray.
Maganda sa sarili yun.
Oo, taray. I wish to be like her. Like when I reach that certain age, I can still pick up someone like Nick. Yes!
Pick up talaga.
I met someone.
Uh-huh.
This woman was like 50 plus na. And she still looks very beautiful. Napakaganda and all. Ang bata tingnan. Tapos, sabi ko sa kanya, anong sikreto mo? I asked her. Wala daw siyang asawa.
Walang nagpapastress. Di, pati on that note, I think naman one reason why a lot of older single people are still fresh looking is because they keep themselves fresh. Kasi wala pa namang nobody tying them down, nobody to still need to continuously impress. Why do I keep using air quotes? But yeah, di ba? Parang feel ko, this is how I see or what I hear from long-term relationships na eh. Kasi like they naman they don't take care of themselves na, but it's less of a priority already. As they, as the relationship matures. So I guess siguro ganun. So kung single ka pa talaga after a long while, I think it's not a bad idea to still continuously take care of yourself. Total, wala naman mag-aalaga sa'yo. Ikaw na lang mag-aalaga ng sarili mo.
Tsaka kahit even if you're with someone, you still need to take care of yourself.
Totoo.
Kailangan naman talaga yun.
And you also
for
owe
health
your partner
reasons.
that. You also owe your partner that, diba? So, ikaw, Chloe, what do you actually, I think you mentioned this earlier, but let's get deeper into it. What do you prefer, that you're older than the guy or the guy is older than you? Kung sa preference lang. Of course, we don't always end up that way. Pero, baka lang, what's your preference?
Mas gusto ko yung hindi nalalayo sa age ko kasi parang when I get to talk about the 90s and the 80s, alam niya rin. Mahirap din naman yung baka mamaya ang topic na gusto niya yung mga kumanta ng 3 coins in the fountain. Medyo palayo na yun. Diba? At saka I want to talk to someone na maybe a little younger than me para maalalayan niya ako. Kasi mas nag-i-age ng mas maaga ang babae.
Yes, that's so true. Sa konsumisyon sa mga lalaki. Ay, sorry po.
Oh, yeah. Tsaka parang, ewan ko lang parang mas madaling anuhin. I don't know what's the term, pero pag medyo younger yung lalaki, parang mas sumusunod. Mas nurit sa babae.
Oh, so ano ka? You're more dominant in a relationship. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, so you and Nick are sort of around the same page sa ganun. Ako, honestly, I would prefer an older man. That sounds so wrong, no? Pero, siguro 5 years gap, ganun. I would like that. 4, 5, 6 years gap, ganun. Ayoko nang tulad kasi I had a relationship that was 13 years older than me. He was 13 years older than me. But we were in the same wavelength in so many ways naman. And, pero tama si Chloe, yung a lot of his interests I cannot relate to. A lot of his interests I cannot relate to kasi nga, we're not of the same generation. Ganun. But the opposite way kay Chloe rin kasi siya gusto niya na parang kay Nick pala rather, na parang masarap inaalagaan ka, ganun. Same thing with Nick rather, na gusto ko rin ng ganun. Kasi if the guy's older, he has this tendency to want to take care of me, pamper me, lambing me. Gusto ko ng ganda. Alam mo yung sobrang strong independent woman ko, pero kailangan ko pa rin ng lambing at inaalagaan ako. Like, I don't need you, pero total dito ka na, sige, alagaan mo naman ako. Parang ganun. So, my preference is older. But again, kung may younger naman, Jan nanonood ngayon, younger than me, but can still take care of me. The important thing naman here is not really the age, but more of they act maturely, they can take care of me, and may future sila. Older or younger.
At the end of the day, everyone wants to be taken care of.
Yes.
O, diba?
Well, there are still some people who really want to be like, hindi, ako mag-aalaga sa'yo. No. Kasi sorry, I'm addicted to TikTok So, there's this one couple that I follow all the time. So, the girl used to be in a lot of abusive relationships. Let me just take off my cat kasi nagugulo siya dyan. Yeah. She used to be in a lot of abusive relationships though, apparently. And then, when she finally met this one guy na, like, para siyang prinsesa talaga, na she was so unused to it. She was so, parang, uneasy daw siya na kesa siyang magluluto para sa guy. Nagulat na lang siya pag uwi niya, may pagkain na, nakaayos na lahat, etc. So,
gusto ko rin yung ganyan.
Gusto ko rin ng ganyan. It was so unusual daw for her. But, she got so used to it. They got married. Then she's so happy that consistently daw the guy is that way. So, gusto niya talaga na naalagaan siya without even realizing na gusto niya pala ng ganun. Kasi nga, for the longest time,
she's the one in charge lagi.
Or she was the one being pushed around to do stuff.
Right. And she thought that was normal.
Yeah,
alright. So, I know a lot of people are mentioning now in the comments about their age gaps, about relationship and age gaps. Ikaw ba, Nick, what is your opinion about age gaps affecting relationships?
Honestly, I believe like it matters. I mean, people say that it wouldn't, but I believe that it is important, especially with chemistry. Kasi di ba, parang intimacy is not just about, physical touch and whatnot. It's also connecting to the person on an intellectual level.
Yes.
And if you're not on the same page, parang feeling ko ang hirap nun. Kasi you would always try to, laging extremes, laging mahirap, parang ang hirap pag nag-a-adjust kayo lagi. It should just fit. Alam mo yun? I mean, na-mention mo kanina na parang you share the same interests with the other guy. I was actually wondering, I want to ask you, what went wrong then? If you don't mind me asking.
I know, so many other
things.
Crap.
It doesn't involve, age wasn't.
Ito nga so again, once again, for my friends who enjoy watching Easy Rock, I'm so sorry that this might get to him. Pero, ayun nga, despite him being much, much older, he had a lot of immaturities.
Yeah, okay.
Yun na lang, oo. I mean, he can be mature in so many ways, pero in the relationship naman, like, he can get so immature that, yun nga, it causes so much problems. He gets picked so easily. He gets upset and jealous about the stuff that shouldn't even be jealous about. That's a verb. Yeah, diba? So, something like that.
Baka nag-andropause.
Sorry, paano?
Nag-andropause. Yung opposite ng menopause, diba?
I don't know! Ay, pwede talaga. Midlife crisis? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, so I hope that answers your question, Nick.
Yeah. It does. Parang feeling ko there's a lot of insecurities then. Like for us younger guys, and then for guys who are a lot older. Syempre siguro same with women. Like when you get a bit older, nag-iiba din. Alam mo yan, parang you think na parang you always have to compete with the younger guys in terms of physique and how well dressed you are, mga ganyan. And baka nga factor talaga yung age eh. Ako naniniwala ako.
Okay. Ako naniniwala rin ako that age is a factor, but when you kasi I think naman the reason why people start using the term age is just a number. It's to justify the age gap. It's to justify the issue with the age pala yun. Whatever that is, whether you're older, younger, ganun, parang ginagamit lang nila to justify. And as long as it works out naman talaga as long as, there's no problem. As long as it does not become a factor in the relationship. Does it make sense? Parang ganon.
We're also trying to be respectful. I feel like a lot of, diba, there are successful relationships, like even in showbiz, diba, we've seen how some couples get through it, ang laki ng age gap. Pero parang it's more of a, what do you call that? It's more of a, ang tawag doon, it's more of a blank than the usual. It's a special
what?
It's more of a special case than a normal case na nag-work out yung sobrang laking age gap.
Okay.
So, si Beauty Gonzalez, di ba? He is with a much older man. And he's happy.
Right.
Oh, but it's more typical for girls to be with older guys than the Nick version, parang ganun, di ba? I guess we're just used to it that way, but there's nothing wrong pa rin naman.
Ay, De Las Alas is with a younger guy, di ba?
I'm sorry, sino?
Ay, De Las Alas.
Ay, oo nga, di ba? Pero again, sorry because I just really want to disclaimer lang to everyone kasi there was a recent issue recently na this older girl started dating a guy that wasn't even 18 years old. I don't want to mention it here. PM ko na lang sa mamaya.
Tawag namin dyan. Kami na mga mature, tawag namin dyan fetus.
Grabe naman. Pero again, there's nothing wrong with having an age gap, dating a younger guy, pero don't groom them whilst they're still underage. There's a huge issue going on. So again, girls and guys to please be responsible with the person you're dating. If they're still underaged, be careful. You might etc. Disclaimer.
Dapat nag-enjoy pa yun maglaro-laro.
Oo, let them.
Be a child.
Let them. Kaya nga kami, sinasabihan kami ng mga tatay namin na no dating until the age of whatever. Ako, 21 daw grabe. Pero ito, I started dating when I was 16 or 17.
Correct.
I don't know.
And sometimes you would defend people like, hindi, you're in the right mind, like, alam mo yan na parang kaya niya na mag-decide on his or her own. But, siguro ang hirap din kasi i-recognize na perhaps we were a victim of it somehow.
Yes.
Because you know that it was true love. You felt that it was true love. But
we don't discount that naman.
Exactly. But we don't invalidate that. But it's just that I feel like there should be more responsibility on the part of the older person.
Yeah.
Totoo. So, again, guys, FYI lang po sa inyo, ha. That's not a great thing. Think about that twice. Alright. So, naalala ko yung sabi ni Chloe kanina about, she's sort of more of the dominant one if she's with a younger guy, di ba? So, in a culture where most men are often dominant, most of the time, ganun. Do you think that dominance becomes different nga when like the girl is the much older one? Like in your case, that's a yes, right? But for others, how do you think that is?
The difference in what aspect?
Like yung parang how they run the relationship na are they generally more dominant than the guy? How do you, I'm just wondering how you see it siguro for other women as well na sa tingin mo ba they feel more dominant nga and they feel like I wear the pants in this relationship because I'm older than you?
Maybe not for all women, I guess. Kasi I've seen mature women dating younger men na mas nabe-baby sila, mas naalagaan din sila.
Ay, may office mate pala tayo na ganun. Alala ko tuloy.
Talaga?
Mamaya ko, PM. Okay. I don't want to mention her name here, but yeah, oo. Piniem ko sa inyo ngayon.
Maybe, I can only speak for myself Pero yun nga, probably because I'm more dominant, parang mas may tendency mang-api ka.
So gusto mo ginagawa mo yun?
Parang gusto mo lagi ka masunod just because, gano'n.
But yeah, I think I agree with what you said. It's not all women. And to think about our office mate, naalala ko na she is much older than the guy she's with. And naalala ko, kasi she's such a strong, independent woman, seryoso.
Right. What is the age gap?
Siya ang older?
And I think,
What? 10?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Siya ang older? Siya ang older?
Yes, oo. Kasi naalala ko, ito PPM ko ulit, naalala ko the guy used to want to date.
Used to
I'm
want
so
to-
sorry. To our viewers, I'm so sorry. Nang dami kong messaging naman dito.
Charot.
Sorry. So, but my point here is, more or less ganun, my point here is, there's a huge age gap. The woman is quite strong and independent. You know that. I admire that much about her. Pero inaamin niya rin sa akin na sobrang gusto niya na inaalagaan talaga siya ng guy. Oo. Again, despite the guy being much, much younger than her. Diba? So, I think that's really nice. That's really nice to also see her very soft side and wanting to be dominated. Hindi naman dominated. Pero want to be alagad. Taken care of.
Sometimes kasi parang hindi lang nakakahanap ng lalaki na mas older.
Mhm.
Kaya ang lumalapit yung the one who are younger
Aha.
and who are younger, kaya siguro doon napupunta. Pero kung may lalapit din na older siguro,
Okay.
tingin ko sa mga women who are like me, who are, dating younger men, things like that, okay din, pwede rin naman. I wouldn't mind.
True.
That's an older guy with lots of money. Oh, why not?
Mamali na natin.
Diba?
No, finances is a huge factor. So
Yeah.
that's why age matters.
Ako, financial mentality. Like, not necessarily, financial maturity rather. Not necessarily he has to be like
It
filthy
doesn't go
rich right now.
with
Meron siya nun, why not?
age, right?
Kung meron siya, why not? Diba?
Oo.
Pero hindi lang naman yun yung reason why we
Of course not.
diba? Pero kung meron siya nun, tapos financially mature pa siya, why not?
Choosy ba tayo, di ba?
Kaya lang, you can't find everything in one package talaga.
True.
There are like older men, I think, who are not financially mature.
I get that.
It's interesting because nowadays, like I'm seeing a lot of my friends who are of my age. Grabe, nahihiya yung savings ko, and like they're just focused on retirement at the age of 25, 26.
Mhm.
Wow!
But then you have these older guys na parang mamimit na parang makakainuman, yung mga tito, ganyan. They don't even know what to do with their money, or like they don't have savings. So it's interesting. Maybe it doesn't go with age. You're right. Maybe it's more of a mentality thing.
Oo, like you know how to run your finances, for example. Like naalala ko nga, a few coffee breaks ago, remember si Nick, nahiya nung sinabi ni Sam na dapat yung savings mo ay ano yun?
6 months dapat, ang emergency fund.
Basta dapat may
6 months
50,000 na gano'n.
worth of cash to cover the monthly expenses.
Right.
If
So,
you
diba? So, it doesn't really
than
fall
6, it's actually better pa kung more than 6. So,
Oo naman. Pero yeah, like there are some people who when it comes to finances anyway, kasi I think the older you get, the more you'd supposedly want to worry more about that. Think about securing your future, right? And I think that's smart. That's not a bad thing. Pero kung meron kang lalaki na sabihin natin na malaki ang kita or whatever, he's mature and all, he's great in so many aspects, pero yung burara lang sa pera niya, doesn't save, that would worry me. And syempre, like if early on in the relationship, you can't say something like, ako na nga bahala mag-save para sa'yo. You can't do that yet. Parang nagmumukha kang pera lang habol mo, di ba?
tsaka you cannot impose na hawakan mo yung pera niya.
Oo. But again, that's why women are usually the one in charge of the finances in the household, because we are much better in managing it.
Oh, that's
my gosh, mic drop.
So, funds, like, what
Unless otherwise, bihira pa sa lalaki yung, sige nga, pag may pera, bibigay sa'yo, or i-manage mo, or what, ay nako.
Yeah, true.
Wala.
I agree.
Dapat ako nakilalang ganyan in my lifetime.
Uminit ulo namin. Nick, you wanted to say something. I'm sorry.
I agree entirely. I'm just like, I just remember I dated somebody, and when we were starting to get serious, biglang, yun yan, I felt like she didn't want to offend me. So what she offered was we start a joint account.
Ayan na.
We put in like 1,000 each every month, mga ganun, so that we can save some. Pero parang feeling ko that's her way of telling me na mag-ipon ka naman. Ano ba yun? Puro ka naman, puro ka games, puro ka kape. Alam mo yun, parang
Kapag pinagalitan ko yan si Nick sa kape.
Yeah, I remember that.
Reklamo, tapos magkakape ka ng 500? Tanay eh.
True.
Tawag mo yung pera, magkano yung kape mo?
Kaya, alam mo, if you want to, this is on a side note, if you guys want to splurge on your money or whatever, make sure na wag kang magreklamo na wala kang pera sa mga kaibigan mo. It's gonna go back to you eh. Like, oh, tama naman eh, pera mo yan. It's your right to spend it. Pero, wag mo kami bigyan ng kwento na hirap-hirap na, kasi wala naman pera. Eh, kahapon nakita ko, nagkakape ka na naman dyan, hindi mo naman pala afford.
Yeah.
We're sorry to have to scold you guys right now sa coffee break. So, okay, in conclusion, sorry, yes, Chloe, yes.
Pero Nick ha, ano ko lang ha, parang medyo hindi ako masyadong okay dun sa magsisave. Although I know she was trying to teach you how to save, pero hanggang hindi kayo, there's nothing legal between the two of you.
Tama.
Please.
Correct.
Sa lahat ng viewers natin ngayon, do not get yourself into something that you would eventually regret later because binigay mo lahat or nag-share ka. Pag naghiwalay po kayo, may hirapan kang i-withdraw yun lahat.
Correct.
Totoo po yan.
Bayad sa condo, bahay, those are things that you don't just jump right into.
Preach, my gosh. Totoo
Those are
yan.
horror stories.
Sobra. There are so many horror stories on like, guys, no matter how in love you think you guys are, no matter how much you feel like kami na talaga forever, we want to start early na kasi, we blah, 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 blah. Do not invest together. I know, even financial advisors, even yung mga nagbebenta ng condo, kahit sabihin nila gusto nila ng sales, they will still not advise that. They will really be against it kasi it's gonna be a problem in the long run. Ang mangyayari dyan, walang magbabayad sa kanila. So please think twice before investing on things together. Right? Unless, siguro mga tipo kung may anak na kayo, even if you're not married, yan ang medyo security niyo.
True. Even insurance companies, they wouldn't allow na gawin kang beneficiary o gawin mong beneficiary ang isang tao na wala kayong bond, like you're not married, hindi mo anak. Kung BF o GF pa lang, hindi pwede.
No. So guys, please be smart about it also. Again, alam kong in love na po kayo, pero pero alam mo, sinabi ko sa isang boyfriend ko dati, sabi ko sa kanya na, if we're gonna do like a joint, we didn't though, but sabi ko sa kanya na, feel ko talaga na, kasi we were both mature naman kahit paano, sabi ko, if we're gonna do a joint account or we're going to invest together or something, then we break up, I think I won't mind just leaving it to you.
Sabi ko,
seryoso, actually the thing is, he also said the same thing back to me, na parang feel ba namin na the emotion is stronger than the parang things lang yan, ganun. Those are just things, ganun. Like the same way, like for example, if I buy my boyfriend a watch or a cell phone or something, hindi ko sabihin, grabe, nang-invest ako ng ganung karami. No, those were still things that I wanted. Siguro kung kotse, ibang usapan na yun. Charles. Basta ganun. Feel ko ganun ako ha. But that's on my maturity despite my age. Sabi!
Naalala ko tuloy yung di ba sa office natin, merong mga nagpupunta, nagpaputang ng mga alahas nito.
Yes, oo.
Meron tayo isang office mate, sabi sa akin ng isang office mate ko, uy, huwag kang kukuha, yung isang office mate natin, uy, huwag kang kukuha ng tapos bibigay mo sa BF mo kasi si ganyan. Iwalay na sila, binabayaran pa yung alahas.
Yun lang ayoko pala, ika-cash ko agad. Wow! Mayaman!
Ay,
nako. So, this was an interesting conversation, and I didn't realize that we all had different views on age gaps or like kasi nga I'm sticking with the usual age is just a number, but Nick is not. Yeah. So in conclusion, Nick, ano ang in conclusion mo dito sa age gaps?
honestly, if you think that there's chemistry and you have the same wavelength and it's just working out, it's not a toxic relationship, you're not verbally or physically abusive, and you just love each other, I'm happy for you. Go for it. Diba? You found the one.
Aw,
But
the one for now.
but in general, if you think that at the beginning of the relationship, you're seeing red flags, no matter how small those red flags are, pansinin mo yun. Kasi if that's something that will blow up in the future, because again, you know that age was a factor to begin with, then yun, you have to do something about it. Diba? Mag-usap kayo, or ikaw na lang, just, move forward in your life. That's it.
How about you, Chloe?
As long as you're happy. If you're with a younger guy and older guy, somebody really older than you or younger than you, wag naman fetus, wag lang fetus, okay? 40-ish dyan. Please, wag sa fetus. Okay lang yan. For as long as you're happy and you're not hurting anybody, go.
Totoo yan. Wag lang talaga sa fetus. Pero in all other ways, sa akin, my final word for you guys is don't generalize. Like, if you dated somebody who is, for example, older than you and you had an experience, don't think that all people with that age gap with you is the same kind of person, will treat you the same way. Because people are different, maturity levels are all different. So, don't close your doors to different opportunities na lang. So, yun lang po. Now it's time for you to set my Tinder, yung range. Ibahin ko na siya ngayon. That's ang pinausapan natin dito. Chos, I'm kidding.
I don't use Tinder. Wow.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't believe you. Tinder, Bumble, etc., etc. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for this conversation. This was fun.
It was.
And as always, I've learned from the both of you, so thank you. And thank you to all those who watched this episode of Coffee Break. Now, before we go, let us first plug our programs. Total dito na po kami, starting with Chloe.
Yes, I always start your mornings with Samantha from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. She's already on air. And of course, followed by me, Chloe, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. After me, it's Nick.
From 2 p.m. till 6. There you go. And of course, for Light All Night, it's Shai.
That's right. Right after you cast your votes for Nick Picks, it's me with the music of Light All Night. And that's going to be all night until Samantha says hello to you again on 6 a.m. And that is it for this episode of Coffee Break. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget, subscribe to all of our social media accounts. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So please check us out there. Again, it's all the same. It's Easy Rock Manila. Until next week, this has been Coffee Break. Bye, everyone.
Bye! Porridge talaga.
Bye.